Hey lady gang, it is your girl Lady Lex, and we back with another video. So I have been natural for almost 4 months now, and I just want to give you guys some tips about hair and hair growth, and honestly tell you guys 5 reasons why your hair isn't growing. My hair has done amazing in the last 4 months. Like, the growth that I've achieved in 4 months is like great. Like, I've never seen this much growth. So yeah, but I'm just go ahead and get into it. So the first reason why your hair probably isn't growing is because you're manipulating it way too much. And by manipulating, I mean basically when you're wearing it out in different styles, especially as natural girls, like switching it up. We wear the high puff one day, or the next day we're doing the puff in the back, a braid out, twist out, you know, all these different styles. Every day, you know, you switching different styles, or every, you know, just very often you're switching hairstyles. There's a lot of manipulation on your hair, which causes like friction and breakage in your hair, because it's always doing something and moving around. Hair is a lot more fragile than we think it is, so it's important not to manipulate it a lot. Tip number 2 is to do hot oil treatments. Yes, and I also want to let you guys know that your hair breaks the most when it's dry. And by dry, I mean like you don't have any type of moisture in it, like it's just dry. I love oils. I have created my own oil that I use in my hair, which I've been using these 4 months since I've been natural. I've been wearing braids as well. I've been wearing box braids, so it's low manipulation, and I believe the oil, which is helping my hair stay moisturized, is the bomb. And yeah, you got to keep it oiled and moisturized, because when you're doing these different manipulation styles and moving your hair around, like if it's oily, you know, it's easy to slip and move. But when it's dry, like, and you try to comb it, like you can comb through hair that's, you know, moisturized with oils and stuff in it, but when your hair is dry, it's like hard to comb, and then it's like breaking because it's dry and like brittle. Tip number 3 is, when you take down protective styles, be very careful. That's when I see people take out the most hair, and a lot of people blame it on protective styles. And I'm not gonna blame protective styles all the time. Now, as you guys know, I'm a hair braider, and I know some braiders can braid too tight, and yes, it's their fault that your edges came out or whatever the case may be. But just a FYI, all my clients have edges and beautiful hair, so I'm not talking about me. I don't know who y'all be going to, but some braiders do be pulling out people's edges and stuff. So yeah, that's not good. But also, you can cause a role in that when you're taking your hair down and you take your braids out, and you know how box braids have that little knot at the very beginning, like where your braids started at, of like build up of jam or whatever gel they use to do your hair. That part right there, you have to be very careful. Put oil on it, and just, you know, try to detangle it with your finger. Actually, not ripping it, but like try to like pull it apart with your finger, and then after you get it loose, then you can like comb through it with a comb. So yeah, that's very, very important. Be careful when you take down protective styles. When you get knots in your hair, like when it tangles up, just take your time. Just take your time. Don't be in a rush when you take it out. You just have to be super careful when you taking down protective styles, especially old ones. Like if you leave a protective style in like a month or longer, you definitely have to be careful with that, because there's a lot of buildup and a lot of dead hair in there. But you have to be careful not to rip hair that's perfectly fine, because I've seen people get frustrated and they just take a comb, and instead of, you start at the end of your hair and you comb your way up to the tangled up part, because you just stick the comb in the tangled up part, it's gonna make it worse. So yeah, that's a big tip. Be very, very careful when you're taking out protective styles. tip number 4 is to get rid of dead ends. I'm not gonna say how often you should trim your ends because I think everybody's hair is different. I mean, me personally, I've always been able to see my split ends. Like when I was relaxed, my hair was much longer than it is now, but like I was able to, like, I could literally comb the hair down in the front and I could see split ends in it when my ends need to be trimmed. So that's when I knew I needed to trim. As far as your natural hair, if you can pull your natural hair down and like look at it and see in there that it's split ends, then you need to trim. There may be other ways. Some people say the fairy knots, I think that's what they call them. When you get a lot of those, it's split ends and such. So I would just suggest making sure, I would say at least every 6 months. Like, I feel like you should get your ends trimmed at least twice a year. And I'm not talking about like no big trim. I'm talking about like at least, you know, trim a little bit off, not even an inch, you know, maybe half an inch or less twice a year. And I think that would help a lot. I don't really suggest more than that unless you just notice a lot of split ends. But you definitely got to keep those split ends out your hair because they split, go up to the shaft of your hair and just break the whole strand off, and then that starts all over your head. Now, next thing you know, all of your hair is breaking off. So you need to stop them when you see them. Cut the split ends, and you know, get them out your hair because you don't need those. Don't be afraid to cut the split ends because honestly, I was scared my whole life to cut my hair and go natural, and then I was afraid of my hair being short. But honestly, I got over that fear when I did the big chop because it was cut and it was gone. But this is I feel like the healthiest my hair has been due to it not having chemical in it, and also due to the fact that I cut, like, I had split ends all the time. It was like every month or two I would just notice split ends. I was always having to cut my hair when it was relaxed, and that's why I think it never really grew much longer than my shoulder length. But you have to trim your ends, and honestly, your hair grows better when it's healthy. Like, my hair has grown so much in the last 3, almost 4 months. Like, I'm just amazed at my hair because I never saw it grow that much when I was relaxed, which I could see that it was growing out. But I believe that due to split ends and other my hair being unhealthy, it was breaking off just as much as it was splitting. And you do not want your hair to do that because you're gonna think, oh, my hair is not growing. Your hair is always growing. You just, if you have split ends and breakage, it's breaking off just as much as it's growing, so you won't see the growth. Last tip is to drink water. Water is amazing. Water is great. Like, water really does, which you should drink water anyway because it's just healthy for you. You shouldn't just sit around drinking soda all the time because it's just not good for your body and your health. Especially as ladies, like, you need to drink water. But if you're not drinking water, you need to start drinking water. I guarantee you'll see a difference. Yeah, that's all I have to say. That was tip number 5, is to drink water. So those were my tips. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I look at my analytics and I see like 99% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So please subscribe and comment more video ideas that you guys want to see, or questions or anything like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and join Lady Gang. Bye.